Oh God, where's my music? Where's my music? Ah, there it is.
신경 쓰지 않아요. 희미해져가는 게 사라져 없어져 버리는 게 인생은 항상 내 편 물을 벗어줘도 없죠. 대체 어디로들 가는 건지 몰라. 이웃 마지막 가슴을 든 채로 몸을 던져버리잖아. 섣부른 기로 위에 눈을 닿아도 빛은 돌아오지 않아. 굳은 기억만을 안고 살고 싶다면 누구에게 말해야만 해. 가장 바라고 가장 두려운 것은 마음을 접혀내 두고 원하있네 오늘 세상에 지어도 그치만 서로 아니다 아니다 바라지 않는 거라도 좋아 아니다 들어도 괜찮을 거라고 위로하는 그 소리 거짓말
Yo, Ashy Tiz, yo, thank you so much for the sub. Give me 1 minute. I'm ready, this lover, baby. I knowその迫り来る引く谷まさにthis lover crazy. I knowその人の目はロイ愛してる過ぎたことまで好きすぎる一つ二つでそんな言葉でそんなことしてシャママママI'm ready, this lover, baby. I knowその迫り来る引く谷まさにthis lover crazy. I knowその人の目はロイ愛してる過ぎたことまで好きすぎる一つ二つでそんな言葉でそんなことまでシャママママ This lover, baby. How many people say it? Alright. Sama mama. Wait, what the heck? Hold up. My software's glitched. Give me a second.
Yo, what the fuck is up? Oh shit. I have my Twitch stream open in the background. Yo, good evening guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oha Domo. What up, yo? Oha Domo. Oh yeah, you're never mind. It's like probably 7 a.m. or some shit for you. Well, what's up guys, yo? Hello, I see lots of new faces, lots of familiar ones. Yo, oh my goodness. One sec. Yo, Ashy, thank you so much for the, is it, oh my god, 4 months? Yo, thank you so much for the 4 months, Ashy. Tiz1, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well for 5 months. And, my boy Kuro as well with the 9-month streak. What up, motherfuckers? Yo, what's up, G? What up, baby? I see some familiars and mythic sites. What's up? What's up? I see some of, Layna's people, of course. Yo, Nadia, how are you? Niragami, hello. Good to see you in here as well. Tora, what's up? Yo, Layna's peeps as well. How are you guys? Yo, give me type of 1 in chat if you're coming from Layna. If you're coming from Layna's side. Yo, Toes, what's up? Hi, Domo, what up? What up? How are you? Yo, I see this person Layna in chat. I don't know who that is, but... Yo, Nadia, what the fuck, yo? Come on, yo. What's up? What's up? Oh, yo, Feeble, thank you so much for the 5 months with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, Feeble. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I hope I didn't miss any subs. If I did miss, then I do apologize for setting some stuff up. But, yeah. Thank you guys so much for swooping by here. We have the lovely Layna with us today. Give it a few minutes, like another 2-3 minutes. Let everybody settle into the room before we get started here. Did anybody see my Twitter with EO's package? EO did me so dirty. She put like a whole bunch of... So EO, another VTuber friend, I ordered her... Should I show you guys? Do you guys want to see real quick? We have like a couple minutes before we start here. Let me get this shit out. So yeah, thanks, guy. I don't actually have the package with me. I threw it out. Socks? Interview's over? What do you mean? I'm literally wearing pants. Layna, what the fuck? Okay, Layna, we're gonna get into some socks talk in a bit, because I don't know what the fuck is up with Layna and not wearing socks. Actual weird champ. Okay, but for now. So I ordered a body pillow from EO. I don't know if I can show this on stream. I don't know if this is kind of yabai or whatever. But I ordered this body pillow on stream. Or not on stream. I ordered this body pillow. And then in the package, she sent me a bunch of tissues in the fucking package, yo. Fuck. Fucking EO, yo. Clowning my ass 24/7. Hate this girl. Whatever. It is what it is, yo. If there's a day where I'm not being clowned, then is it really a Domo day? It's not. Missing the Vaseline. Yeah, Nadia, how do you know about that, huh? She probably did it because wear white socks? Okay, yo, actually, I don't usually wear white socks in the house. I usually wear some like nice colored socks. You caught me at like a weird day. Alright, Layna? You caught me at a weird... See, if I interviewed you last Friday, you would have caught me with some red socks, but now you caught me slipping. Now you caught me slipping with my gym socks on. Fuck! Whatever. All good. You can't win them all. You know what I mean, guys? You just can't. Anyways, we do have the lovely Layna with us today. The what the fuck does multifaceted mean? I was talking to Layna a few minutes ago. I was like, and I said that word, and I was like, wait, does that even make sense? Multi-talented, whatever. Multifaceted. Can you use that word in a sentence? Lots of faucets. That's when you're oh, you're right. Wow. Whatever. I'm not an English major. I know some of you guys are in chat. It's fine. Anyways, perfect. So why don't we get started here? G'day Domo. Yo, what's up? Dima, what's up? Sorry, I haven't even said really hello to a lot of you guys in here. What's up, Soul Reaver? Yo, Ambi, what's up? Some familiar faces, some new ones today. Kawaii Beast, how are you? Caprice, Caprice PPV, I believe. Hello, hello. Good evening. Oblivious, Kendall, Captain Awesome, Meg. How are you guys? Feeble again. Thank you so much for the Prime. Noemi, Zephyr. Oh, Layna, you bring in some people with some interesting names, yo. I came up with this fucking weeb one of mine. Isn't that great? Sparsco, familiar. Another familiar face. What's in the Polaroid Domo? Oh, it's another VTuber friend of mine, Girl DM. I'll talk about her more one of these days. But we did an offline collab, quote unquote. And she came over. We did like an IRL stream, and that was super fun. That was about like 3-4 months ago. So yeah, the lovely Girl DM. Yo, Domo. Yo, what up? Okay, perfect. I think we're good. So why don't we get started here? So for those who are not familiar with this channel, my name is Domo. I do VTuber interviews, like pretty much exclusively on this channel, along with some other events. And today we have Layna on. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the trailer, and we're going to bring the lovely Layna on. I don't know who you timed out, but oof, I hope it was worth it. Yeah, so let's play this trailer. Yo, oh, before that, can we get some Coco Happies in chat? You know I love to fucking see him, yo. Let me see him. Let me see the Coco Happies in chat. We play the trailer, and we get the lovely Layna Lazar on. The trailer hype, yes, sir. Oh, beautiful. Oh, my ego. It's being inflated. Yes. Oh, I feel it. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, guys. All right, let's play the trailer, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
I don't suck. Please let me show you my insides.
Wow,
That is where I draw the line.
yeah.
Punish me. Do you want to maybe kiss?
And without further ado, we have the lovely Layna Lazar. Layna! Yo, Layna, how are you? Oh,
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very, very good. Okay, good. I did unmute. Oh, thank God. I've done it a couple times where I fucked up the intro. But yeah, Layna, how are you? What were you up to before this?
Whoa, hang on. I'm checking out the place. This looks great.
Yeah, not bad,
really
eh?
cleaned
Not
up.
bad. You know, just for you. Just usually the
Wow.
place is a mess, but I have my shit in order, thank God. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm proud of you. Look
Ooh.
at that.
What is this
I'm
toggle?
a little
Oh
bit
my-
excited. Excuse
yeah.
me.
Okay. Oh my God. We'll get into that. Let's take it down a notch. All right. We're just getting started here. My
Okay,
goodness.
okay.
First of all, how has your week been? For those who were unfamiliar and you're catching it just now, we were supposed to have this last week, but Layna was feeling she had an off day. But how are you feeling now?
Mhm. Much better. I think what's happening is just, I'm in the middle of a move, right? And
Yeah.
as you do, it gets stressful and you have to run around, be on call and check out places. And
Ugh.
then you forget to eat and then you forget to drink and then you just feel a little bit bad. So that's what happened. But I'm feeling much better now. Remembered to have lots of blood and I'm good now. I'm okay.
Yeah. Wait, what?
We've been busy. Yeah, I mean, food.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I mean,
Water.
to each to each their own, I guess. But yeah. Okay. So I saw you streaming. Well, not yesterday, but I saw you streaming last week. You're streaming with I believe it's Peach. You were doing an interesting stream. What was that about?
Well, to be specific, Peach Milky and then her VTuber is 2P. She is my wife. I love her very much. And sometimes we exercise. So we met a sub goal and she popped
Exercise.
on and we slipped on our bikinis and we exercised.
Oh, okay.
The usual.
The usual. You
pretty
know what?
normal.
I go to the gym. I'm not gonna say frequently, but I go to the gym every now and then. I don't see any girls in bikinis. I think I'm going to the wrong gym.
I definitely think you're going to the wrong gym. It's pretty common to slip in on a bikini and exercise. Like why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
It seems pretty like a good idea.
Hey, you know
Huh?
what? I mean, just for that, I'm gonna step into the gym tomorrow. I go to the gym at like 4:30 in the morning. That's the only slot available. I'm gonna go in tomorrow with
What?
a speedo, and hopefully, like, is it like just increased flexibility? Is that what it's about?
Wait, back up. What
Yep.
do you mean it's the only slot available? What?
Oh,
What does that mean?
well, okay. So in Canada, we have like we're still in really shitty lockdown, so we gotta reserve our gym slots still to make sure that there's not like 100 people at the gym at once and we're breaking some laws and shit. So yeah, 4:30 a.m. I know.
So
right?
you'd rather wake up at 4:30, go to the gym instead of exercise at home on your own comfortable time? Am I hearing that right?
I don't know. Okay, chat. Is it just me? I can never work out at home. I don't know if it's like the environment, but like I can't work out in like this office space. You know, like this is my work. Like I just can't do it. I don't know. You do it at home, Sami? I don't know. Do you work out at home?
Yeah. I
You
work
do?
out at home.
I could never. I need some equipment. I just can't be in the house. So you guys really work out at home? Are you kidding me? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go to the gym a few times a week back in the day, but ever since the pandemic, we got some weights, got one of those things that you put in the door frame and you lift yourself, and you got a bar, all
Yeah.
those things. Home gym.
A little aside. Would you say you're more introverted or extroverted?
That's kind of hard to say. Like before I came to New Zealand, I lived in LA for like 4 years, so it was
wow.
very extroverted kind of thing. And then coming to New Zealand, I've become a lot more introverted. So it kind of depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So a little bit of both, maybe.
Okay, well, that's really interesting. LA, I actually didn't know that, so we can dive into that a little bit later on. But
Okay.
I've been doing this thing. I don't know if it's because I've been in quarantine for too long, but sometimes when my friends are like, "Hey, Domo, you wanna go out? Let's chill for a bit. Let's go grab a bite to eat or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm good. I haven't got my vaccine yet or whatever because I just don't, and I have family or whatever, and none of that is the case. I have my vaccines. I live not
Wow.
with I don't know. Do you ever do that just to avoid hanging out with your friends because you want to be antisocial for a little bit, or is that just me?
No, I just tell them that I would prefer not to hang out.
What? Really?
Yeah, honesty is the best policy. If you're like, "Hey man, I'm just not feeling it tonight."
I mean,
Don't you feel bad in like your soul? Doesn't it kind of hurt? And you're like, "Oh God, I'm lying." Is that your thing? Do you lie?
no, I'm not
you
like
okay
a
with that?
pathological liar, if that's what you're getting at here. But I mean, I also don't want to be an asshole and be like, "Yeah, thanks for inviting me, but I don't really want to be with you today. But thanks anyways." Like that doesn't sound kind of bad to you?
Well, that's not what I would say.
Okay. So
But
all right, here I'll give you this scenario. Hey Layna, I haven't seen you in a while. You wanna hang out this weekend? Let's grab a beer or something.
You know what? I would absolutely love that, but I'm kind of feeling a little bit tired these days. So how about I hit you up whenever I'm feeling a bit more energetic, and we'll plan something together.
Yeah, sure. I mean, are you really tired? Maybe we can go out later this evening or something, and you'll have some energy then.
You know what? I'm not really feeling going out, but if you want to come over and watch some Netflix, I'm happy with that.
Fuck. Okay, you know what? You got me, I guess. I'm taking
There you go.
mental notes, guys. I'm taking mental notes here. I got outplayed. I don't know what to tell you. I thought I was gonna win that one.
No, you can't win with me, but good luck.
All
That was
right.
a nice try.
Thanks. Okay, let's reel it back a little bit. So we were just talking about Peach. She's your wife. Is that your relationship with her?
Okay, listen. Secretly, in real life, no. But everything else, yes, she's my wife.
So,
Yes.
Okay, no rats, guys. No rats. So you guys aren't actually engaged or anything. No way. How could you just lie to everybody like that?
I mean, we might as well be. We're actually getting married in Final Fantasy 14 soon, and we'll be doing a big event for that. She's my best friend, and I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything for her.
Oh, that is so cute. I mean, you guys do seem really, really close here. In fact, you know what? I want to bring this picture up on OBS real quick. I don't know if I'm actually... Oh, God. You know what? I'm just going to put it up and hope I don't get banned. It's not too...
Uh-oh.
It's not too bad, right? Where is this picture even?
Tell me it's like a really sexy cosplay photo of her, please.
It is...
She's literally the prettiest person I've ever seen in my entire life. Everything she does is just drop dead gorgeous.
Wait, actually, I don't know why the fuck I can't put this on the... Oh my God, you know what? I'm so glad I just previewed it because her nipples are definitely all up on the on the screen. I can't show that. I'm so glad I looked at it
Oh
first.
my god.
I don't remember those nips there when I looked at the picture last week. So I'm glad I just didn't pull it up. So we're gonna skim over that, guys. If you're
We're talking about the skib?
yeah,
With the concept?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
god. Okay.
her.
I
I don't remember her
Oh.
nips poking out her shirt like that. That was totally. I'm so glad I didn't put that up just now. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, it's clearly that's not where you were looking. So now I know where you were looking.
Okay,
It's all right.
That's. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating a little bit, guys. Okay, let's move on. I mean, you do know a lot of people in the community. You do know another fellow. You mentioned him a few times before. His name is it Kraken or am I saying that right?
Oh, yes, Kraken.
Okay, so juxtaposingly, it seems you two have. You're definitely not wives. It seems like you guys have some sort of rivalry. What's going on there? And can you explain who that is? For those who don't know.
Kraken is a content creator who's been on YouTube for handfuls of years since he was like 14. He makes lots of kind of fun, interactive Twitch content, mostly meme material. But he's an LA streamer. So that's just yikes. And he doesn't
Wait.
he doesn't really know how
You said, wait, what do you mean, yikes? The hell does that mean?
yikes. He's just they drink water out of jugs and they don't know their ABCs and
ABC. Y'all
it's just one of those things.
Y'all are just brain dead. It's so funny because like it's almost like a running gag in the VTuber community that like a quarter of people just like live in LA or like somewhere in California. Wait, hold on. Didn't you live in California for like 4 years? Why are you don't get to say this.
Well, I'm not an LA streamer anymore. So I do get
Anymore?
to say it. Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
In fact, I never streamed when I was in LA, so it doesn't count.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. You were just there for work, and we will get into that in a bit. So, okay, so wait, why do you guys like? It seems like you guys have this strong rivalry. What's with that?
Well, you see, I
actually
don't
have
know.
no idea.
Actually-
I'm not being like hypothetical here. I actually am not aware.
I don't know. I think it's just kind of the friendship that we've developed. It's a very easing back and forth sort of thing, and I think what it is ever since. So how the friendship there started is he commissioned me for a VR chat model by the name of Beans, and it's like this wooden puppet. And when I work with someone, I work with them quite closely because it's a very long period of time to make a 3D model, right?
Yeah.
So he started to raid my community, and my community started to be a part of his community. And as I started to see his community, they never really bully him all that much. So I guess I just started to bully him, and
Yeah.
it kind of stuck. And then his community started to bully him, and then that's just how things grew.
That is.
And then that's how we are now.
That is terrible of you. That is. I feel like you know what? I feel like the best like friendships you form are like they got some banter involved. You know what I mean? Like some back and forth. Those are the more interesting relationships. You know.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Good friendships are friendships that you can kind of tease each other and have good banter. And I
True.
think our communities kind of do that quite well together.
True. Yeah. 100%. And I
Mhm.
mean, like obviously you're in VTubing now, and I don't know if this is his main thing. I looked in his archive. I haven't seen it much, but have you seen his mob rat VTuber model? Like the huge kingpin rat VTuber. Have you seen that by chance?
Yes, I was never a huge fan of watching VR stuff. I watched Momos for a little bit, and that's kind of what started to introduce me to that whole VR world. But
Gotcha.
he's a part of something called Callus Row, and it's just heaps and heaps of VTubers and things of the like involved in this world. So he's like this huge kind of CEO person in Callus Row, and I ended
Oh.
up starting to watch it. And it's actually extremely interesting. It's and everyone involved with each other. You're literally watching a TV show, but it's live with all these people and their characters in VR chat together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an excellent model and an excellent character. He does a really good job.
Yeah, he like really fits the persona suit. Like I've only caught one of the streams where he's in that model, but he plays the character really. I didn't realize that he's like this actual like mob boss as part of the lore. I thought that was just kind of the character, but he actually does like know a lot of VTubers and stuff, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. It's more so he's quite densely involved with the RP community and the D&D community, like Arcadum and stuff like that. So I think he's kind of on the precipice of the VTuber world. So I think since we started working together, he's also now getting involved in the VTuber world. So I think that's why we've kind of meshed really well with our friendship.
Yeah, I mean that makes total sense. Yeah, I mean I've got to watch more Kraken stuff. And yeah, Sparksco, can you even call it yourself a streamer if you don't get bullied by your community? That's so. I mean, that holds true to me. Is that true to you? Do you get bullied a lot in your streams?
Honestly, I don't get bullied at all in my community. My community is wholesome and kind and sweet, but they will get on Kraken so fast without even me saying anything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't get bullied.
I think it's because like you know, a little bit like gender role kind of thing. So excuse me here. I think maybe it's because like you're a girl and like, oh, you know, Layna's so sweet and whatever, and then you know, here's me and Kraken and yo Domo, fuck you, man, you're such a loser and whatever, you're such a shrimp. I can't say the real word because it's banned on Twitch, but yada yada. Like every day is like a battle between me and my chat. Every day, I swear to God, Layna. So you're blessed. You have a great community. These guys, on the other hand, yeah, you know, they're like a 6 on their best day. I see some familiars, you know, like Dino, even my own mods, B guy, they go off on my ass, and it's a struggle.
I think it's because they love you. It's a very endearing and loving way of telling you that they really appreciate you. And I think that's really all it is.
Yeah, you're just like them, Layna. I've heard that one before. Yep, sure.
What can I say?
Also, I see Mama Vale in here too. Yo, Mama Vale, what's up? We were just talking about you, so good to see you in here as well.
Hi, Mama Vale. See, I'm getting teased a little bit. I was in my Discord the other day, and I've been trying to get new things for the house. And there was these really interesting shaped glasses, and I was like, they're called tumblers, and I didn't know if you could drink liquid out of them, so I was asking if it was okay or if it had to be alcohol, and then they've kind of teased me ever since. So
Wait, for tumblers?
yeah, like the glasses. What does that mean? Like, does it have to be alcohol? Can you put water in it? Like, what is that? What's the tumbler? Do you know what I mean? The glasses?
I know exactly what you mean. I can't tell if you're trolling or not. You actually didn't know?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not
I didn't
bullying. I'm not bullying
know.
you here or anything. I just like really. I was like, is she serious or?
Yes, I'm serious. That's why I asked for help.
Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, I can see. I can see that. Fair. I'll see ugly bastard. See you in chat. What's up? Morning. Yo, Dino. Yes, I know. I love you too, man. Yo, Nixie, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so you know what? We are warming up here. And we're talking kind of loosely, but I do want to dumb it down a notch and be serious for a second, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
And I know it might be a little like emotional driven. You don't have to answer if you don't want. So just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. So, do the socks stay on or off during sex? I know. And you don't have to. I know it's a personal thing for you. So take your time. Don't worry. We're not in any rush here.
How do I say this?
It's fine. I know you got to collect the words. It's a lot. I get it. Guys,
They stay off. Off only.
Oh God. Yo, you don't have to get so serious, okay? It's just a question.
It is serious. It's serious business, Domo.
Okay.
It's very serious.
What even? So the socks stay off?
Off. Don't talk to me if they're on.
Don't talk to you if they're on?
Yes.
Jesus. Okay. What the hell's the big deal with no socks? Why do you hate socks?
Okay, so there's a few things. One,
Okay.
when I was younger, and I always had guys as friend groups, right? But
Yeah.
they always had these socks. They were like white, thick socks with like little gray tips. And every time they'd walk around, they'd like eventually flop off, and they'd be like this floppy kind of front bit on the feet. And I'm just like, I hate that. I hate the way that looks.
Okay, first of all, I don't know how
hate it.
your guy friends are wearing socks, because when I wear socks, my socks stay on. I think that might be a them thing. I don't know what kind of socks are they like making in New Zealand.
No, this was like when I was in the States. So I was born in Texas, and
Okay.
I've spent most of my time in the States. But I moved to New Zealand 8 years ago. So,
Okay, gotcha.
and in New Zealand, we actually don't really wear socks that often. Like, you're allowed to go to the store down the street or in the mall or wherever barefoot. Like, it's accepted here.
No fucking way. You're bullshitting me. You gotta be
Yes.
kidding me.
I'm not. Nope.
Like,
nope. I
no
often, like, pop
shoes,
down to
no
the store
socks
with no
in the
shoes.
mall?
Yep. Yep.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not believing this. I've been playing on this channel before. There's no way.
Nope. I will literally take a video for you at some point
Are
of my
you
feet
serious?
walking.
Okay, promise me. Next time you go to the mall, I need a video of
Mm-hmm.
like I can't see like one or two people shoeless. I have to see like at least, I won't say majority, but I have to see like a handful of people with no shoes, no socks.
Okay. I got you.
How are you this confident? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding at all. That's what the kind of the best part of New Zealand is they're so accepting. And it's also because New Zealand's very, very clean and pretty much litter free. So, yeah, it's a thing. No shoes, no socks here. Mhm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yumri. Yeah, no shirt, no socks, no service. But I mean, apparently over there, it's totally acceptable. So, you know what? I guess I won't have to... well, I mean, like, doesn't New Zealand get really cold, though?
Yeah, it does get really cold. So it'd be kind of weird if you went around when it's cold doing that. But during the summer, it's not too bad. Or even spring.
Okay. So, in those seasons, you just don't wear... I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to really wrap my head around it. That's fair. I mean, we were... I mean, back to my original question, just really, really briefly. I mean, we did talk about it for a bit, like, kind of jokingly.
Oh, yeah.
Like even... I don't know. Is it, like, chat? I actually... Let me ask chat real quick. I need your guys' opinion. Okay, in the bedroom. In the bedroom exclusively. Not when you're going to the fucking mall, because that's some other shit. In the bedroom, do the socks... Like, does it bother you if, like, your partner wears socks or not? Is that a thing? Because...
I think he's still like beating around the bush. How many of you guys in chat think it's weird that when you're being intimate with your significant other and they still have socks on, do you feel like that is weird? Because the only answer is yes.
I really think you are overthinking this so hard. It's
Look
just
at
socks.
the chat. Look at the chat. No socks rule. Socks off. Socks off.
You're like...
Thigh highs are different. That's fine. Thigh highs are like sexy.
Yeah, and they're like themed and whatever, but like... Do you put socks on your dick? No, they don't. Yo, fuck you, Nadia. That's not like... No, but like... Okay, like... I don't know if I'm just being a baby about this, but like... Yo, my toes get cold. Like, I don't really care about like my partner or whatever. Like, I don't care about the girl I'm with. Like, my toes are bound to get cold. The socks gotta stay on. You like...
So weird.
You guys never heard of like cold feet? You know what I mean? That's...
Yeah, just wrap your feet around like them or the sheets or something. That is the most just unsexiest thing I've ever heard of.
It's just...
Yo, girl,
you
what's
don't
up?
even
Let's get down
see-
and dirty, but I'm keeping my socks on. Oh, what is that?
I don't know. I want to change your mind on this. It's literally... Because, okay,
Okay.
maybe honestly, I think I just feel attacked because now I'm afraid... I'm like thinking back and I'm like, oh man, I wonder if this girl like thought about me kind of weird because I wore socks in the bedroom. Like now I'm like
should text
self-conscious. I
Just
don't
hit
know.
him up. Be like, hey, remember that one time?
Yeah. Hey, remember that one time we slept together and I wore socks? How did you feel about that? Just out of nowhere.
you.
First text
She'll
and
say
like,
it was weird. I'm telling you.
I think she'll say
it
it's
was weird.
She'll say it's weird, yeah, but not for the socks. The fact that I'm texting her out of the blue with that text in, the first time in 3 years. I think that would be the problem there.
No, I bet it wouldn't be. I bet she will say, oh, The relief. Domo, I didn't want to tell you. I'm so glad that you brought this up because I was never going to say anything. But yes, personally, I thought it was a little bit strange. I'm so glad that you decided to ask me after 3 years.
I'm expecting a highly detailed essay formatted, double spaced MLA format text just like that, Layna, because
Yes.
if I get a restraining order because of that one text, it's on you. I'm serious. Like, I'm not paying for these fees. I'm not paying for any of this shit. This is on you, okay? I'm coming for your ass.
I take full responsibility.
Okay, that's fair. You know what? Then I think we can leave it at that. I'll get back to you on this text. Iggy, thank you
Okay.
for the 100 bits. These socks are power limiters. When my socks come off, that's when the true power is unleashed. Okay, that's a little whatever. You guys are that's kind of a reach. All right. Okay, so no socks for Layna. That's totally fair. All right, well, let's reel things back again. So no more sock talk. Layna, who are you? Who are you exactly? What's the lore behind Vtuber, Layna? Because you did convert at one point. What's this about the blood mother and all? Give me the whole package.
Okay, it's a bit of a transition from talking about socks on, but
I know it's a bit of a radical jump. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at transitions. I couldn't find one, so I'm gonna make you jump in the water here.
that's okay. So when I took a really long year-long break from streaming, I was in remission. I have ulcerative colitis, which is like an incurable disease. And I was out of remission in 2020 and I got really sick. And I was frustrating because I wanted to stream, but I couldn't. Oftentimes when you're on certain medications, your kind of body changes and you look different and you don't want to stream and it feels gross. So when VTubers ended up blowing up, I wanted to give it a shot. And I wanted my VTuber to represent how I was feeling at the time because oftentimes prior to VTubing, I hid my disease quite often and I never really talked about it because I didn't want to be forthcoming about it. I always felt really uncomfortable.
Right.
But I kind of wanted to do my best to represent how I was feeling and what I was going through my VTuber. So for instance, with the whole syringes situation and her intestines being out, for me, it's a bit representative of the trials and tribulations of ulcerative colitis. So, and the whole blood thing.
Oh wow.
Since this day, I've had a total of about 28 blood transfusions, which has been quite necessary for
Holy
me
shit!
to
28.
survive. Yeah, 28. It's when I was diagnosed when I was 15. So oftentimes when I would get really sick and I would lose a lot of blood and be in the hospital, they'd have to hook me up and kind of fill me back up with some new blood. So it was kind of a routine situation.
Yeah.
So hence the lots of blood mother situation. And the syringes for me was whenever I get sick, I have to go get blood work done. And when I was in the hospital, it was like every morning at 5 a.m. they would take my blood. So it's kind of like it's a thing that I'm used to and makes me me. I wanted that somewhere on my VTuber, and the whole me having my intestines out was actually important because I try to make my large intestine like, hey, it's hanging out because it feels bad, it looks bad, it's hard to look at, and that's why I wanted to get my intestines out on my model.
Yeah. And for you, that's
so
like not even just an aesthetic. That's just the reality, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was never like a ooh, I'm a vampire, I'm gonna take your blood. That's why my character is very thank you so much for willingly giving me your blood. I appreciate it. So
Yeah.
it was kind of a play on that.
Wow. Holy smokes. I mean, just as you said, I thought that was kind of the case, not to that extent, but like I just thought it was like a cool aesthetic, and it does look cool. It is really like jarring and eye-catching, but I didn't realize that it tied into so much with you yourself. Like I really do appreciate when people take real life elements and kind of convert it into their VTuber model, but your entire theme is basically just that.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried at first, but I think people have been really accepting of it. So it's been a lot easier to be honest about things that I'm going through.
Yeah.
So
Wow. I think, well, first of all, thank you for sharing that, because that's like, that's not something that's necessarily easy for everybody to kind of put out there. But also, that's really cool. And like, I really applaud you for kind of wrapping your whole theme around that. Like, that's not just a theme, actually, that's just your life, I guess. So very, very cool. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, let's dive a little bit deeper into Layna Lazar, I guess, because oh gosh, sorry, where is it here? Yeah, so I mean, what I find interesting is that you did choose your, I guess, your real name over kind of like a VTuber name. Everybody's got like a cool different name, and usually when you hop into the VTuber, you get to kind of choose whatever and whoever you could be. But you stayed pretty grounded. You chose to stay Layna Lazar. Why is that?
I guess because I still wanted to put myself out there and be as honest with people as I possibly could and be myself. And it was kind of a half and half decision because I was a bit overwhelmed with how many cool designs there were and how many cool characters there were. But I think at the end of the day, since there's so many things that I'm juggling, I don't think I could. The mental capacity needed to have a character and succeed at that character is a lot. And I don't think I have that ability. So I much rather would want to put myself out as honest and as truthful as possible with my community. So that's how I wanted to approach VTubing.
Yeah, I mean, I do. It obviously it's like a very different take from like the route a lot of people choose, but I think that's really cool. Like, I like it, and I think it's more engaging when it's closer to home with the actual person behind the VTuber model, if that makes sense, I guess. So yeah, and okay, so I mean, aside from that, there's your answer there, and this is kind of obvious, but a lot of your themes are horror based, which I think is super cool, and we just learned that. Like the syringes and stuff and the guts, it is really cool, and that's like a theme, but it's even closer to you than what we thought. But it actually is like you do like a lot of horror stuff, I guess, right? What exactly drew you to that kind of element, like the horror specifically?
I don't know if it was specific. I've liked horror since I was really young. I have a sister that's 5 years older than I am, and needless to say, I was able to see a lot of the things that I wasn't allowed to because she's older. So when I was like maybe 5 or 6, I was already getting into things like Nightmare on Elm Street and Pet Cemetery and Halloween and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it just sort of clicked. Like, I always found it fascinating, and horror was always the genre that took me away the furthest from reality and was really fun. So kind of just stuck over time.
Yeah. So for your thing, it's like, I guess, the separation of reality, and you kind of like just to step away from things, I guess. And was there a particular source of media, like a game or a film, that gravitated to you when you were younger that maybe sparked your love for horror themed stuff?
Other than the film aspect, I think things kind of solidified for me with Fatal Frame 2.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, that game took me a really long time to play through because of how terrified I was.
Yeah.
And the fact that it created so many long-lasting memories because of how terrified I was to play it.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep revisiting those feelings.
That is.
So I really liked that.
Yeah, that's so. Did you hear that I don't know if they're. Someone correct me. They're making are they remaking the game or something, or is it like a HD import? But I know they just recently announced another Fatal Frame, right?
I think it's for all new consoles. It's made in a Blackwater. It's technically Fatal Frame 5. It was on the Wii U at one point, so I think they're sort of just revisiting it and upgrading it to be ready on the consoles. So I don't think it's like a remaster or anything, and I don't think they've announced a new game, but it was a good one, so I think everyone will enjoy it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's probably exciting for you. And I mean, I personally remember I did not have the balls to play it, but I would live vicariously through one of my family friends, and I would just watch him play I think it's the PS2 version. I think it's like Fatal Frame 1 or 2 or some shit like that. And even watching that looks terrifying. I think the theme of the game is really cool. Like, you have to get as close as you can to the thing you fear the most to do the most effective damage. I think just that concept is so fucking cool.
Yeah, I love it. The concept of Fatal Frame is not something I've seen often, and the lore behind each of the Fatal Frame games is always so deep and just absolutely immersive, and the gameplay is phenomenal. I really like it.
Yeah,
They've
it's
done a good job.
definitely one of the most like just creative games. Also, Vip, yo, thank you so much for the 10 months with the Cocoa Habbies. Thank you so much, yo. Appreciate it, homie. But yeah. Okay, so aside from Fatal Frame, if you could pick a top 5 for any sources of other media, for like top horror stuff, what would it be? I heard you talk about like Elm Street. I don't know if like that's you put in like your top 5.
I think my top 5 games specifically would be Rule of Rose, Clock Tower 3, Haunting
Oh.
Ground, Fatal Frame 2. How many? What's the number? I can't count.
I think
Welcome
you're
to
at
my
4
world.
now?
How many did it? Was that 4?
I think you're at 4.
Let's see. Is there another one that
So yeah,
I'm
holy shit,
missing?
Rule of Rose, that one really takes me back. Holy shit, that's another one that I did not play, but you know, one of my family friends played. That game is fucking terrifying for its time.
It was really good. In fact, it was banned in Australia when it came out. And I think it was banned somewhere else.
Wait, why was
Yeah.
that? I remember reading an article like that. That's right.
I think they didn't like the fact that it kind of seemed like it was pedophilia, but it really wasn't the case if you played the game. So I think they just did not like a lot of the imagery that was being portrayed in it.
That's right. It had like weird themes, but it's like you said, like if you play the game, that's totally not what the game was about. But yeah, that's right. Okay,
Really
you got
well done game.
Sorry, you got one more for your top 5, and we'll let you go here.
Let's see. One more. Kuon. Kuon is a good one.
Wait, what?
Kuon. Kuon is a From Software game that they made a long time ago. And it's a horror game. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
It's really good and absolutely phenomenal. You should try it. It's a good game. It's on the PS2.
Okay. I'm so lost with this one. Okay, gotcha. I will look into that one because the other games I'm familiar with. So, all right, very cool. All right, so let's move on from there. I am curious. Most people usually get into VTubing because they aren't. Okay, well, I guess your main thing for getting into VTubing was the medication you were on, and you just didn't seem comfortable with face streaming anymore, correct?
Yes.
And are you seeing a big difference of like between the two when you were face camming and when you were VTubing? Because you have a lot of experience doing both now, so you probably have more insight than a lot of people that are in the community. Because a lot of people that I've seen, their first experience streaming is actually VTubing, so they don't have that prior experience face camming. And from prior people that I've interviewed, it's very, very different. I don't know if that's the case for you though.
Honestly, so prior to VTubing, I was streaming for about 4 years.
Oh wow! Okay, that long.
Yep. So I've been on Twitch for a while. But there's just an incredible difference. I can't put my finger on it. And I don't know if it's because when you watch something, it's different than watching a character almost. And I think people hyper focus on people when there is a webcam versus having a character that they can kind of separate themselves from the actual person, because the community difference is massive. Absolutely, like the community I have now is nothing near than the community I used to have.
In what way specifically?
The community I have now is sweeter, kinder, more patient, and more supportive. And I think they even said this themselves the other day. I could announce that I'm going to watch paint dry, and they would be supportive. I don't know why. I don't know where they've come from and why that is. But in the previous years of doing, webcam streaming, that wasn't the case. I had so many people that would backseat and bully me and say like cruel things about how I looked and were just kind of abrasive. Oh, yeah. I'm really sorry. We have doggies.
Oh, I barely even heard that. You're good.
Yeah, it was just a completely different world when you're a webcam streamer, and which is kind of why I don't think that I want to go back.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you why there's such a vast difference between the two.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that's really interesting. Yeah. And I mean, I was about to ask you if you had a preference between the two, but obviously it seems that you're right at home with VTubing now.
Yeah, I love the community and I love VTubing, and it's a lot more things that you can do with VTubing as well in comparison to being a webcam streamer. So, yes.
Nice. Well, I mean, on that note, you are a VTuber now, and obviously a very key part of you that people love is your model. So if you don't mind, do you mind showing that off a little bit? You do have you have a bunch of stuff going on. You have different forms. You got different what the hell is even going on here?
Well, there's not like too much to explain, I don't think. Oh, well, recently we got an update. There's like real like blood in the syringes. I
Oh
have a friend.
shit, that's awesome. Yeah.
Right. So I have
Very
a friend named
cool.
Eastbright. He's the tech guy of the model, and oftentimes he'll just do some research, and we'll kind of over time get to upgrade the model, which is a lot of fun. We've got little like wiggly ears now. Then we've got this version. Before, it's even in one of the clips that you posted in the trailer. I initially started with these giant hands that were just like this bulky just mess. It was really bad, anatomically incorrect. I hated it. But after some time, we revisited it, and I made new hands, new textures. Eastbright took care of like the dripping blood from the model and the animations and the twitches, and the fact that like the blood in the chest moves. I just wanted
know what?
something.
Sorry, just real quick. I never actually really noticed the blood dripping. That is so cool. That is so awesome. Sorry, go on there. I cut you off.
No, you're fine. I'm glad that you are excited. There's these, I think that's what I like, really tiny details that
Yeah.
if you pay attention and enough time goes by, there's always something new to notice. And I think that's always really fun instead of everything being upfront and personal in your face. I like kind of new things to discover about the model. And which is why I kind of don't always like tell people. I like people to notice with time.
Yeah. I definitely think that's
Yeah.
the magic of it is when I love how you said it. It was beautiful. Like that every time you see the model, there's something new to be discovered. And I think that's, I mean, just like me a second ago, like just the small details just really make it. Obviously the broken arms, just, brutal looking, but it looks so fucking cool. Like, my God, that is so awesome.
I'm glad that you think so. I think I just wanted something really, really different. I was a bit nervous at first when I started because so many VTubers are super cute and adorable and bright and pink and blue and purple, and they're really intricate designs. But I wanted to do something completely opposite.
Yeah.
And it did grow over time. Like, this is not the model I started with. I started with so many iterations, and that's kind of another thing that made me nervous is lots of times when people are like, hey, I'm so and so, I'm going to debut, their model is completely set, they're done. But I came forward in the VTuber community as my model, and then 2 weeks later it changes, and then a month later it updates, and it's like a continuous growth.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
that's super. I mean, it's not super uncommon. Like another guest that I've had on the show, and we're great friends now, is Juniper. Juniper, the
I love Juniper.
yeah, and she's. I would say, I was kind of gassing you up a little bit earlier, how like you're probably one of the most multi-talented people I've had in the show, but I would say next to you is Juniper. Juniper's definitely up there too. She just is so adamant about improving her model, and like she has like. She would make one model, and then 2 weeks later she'd be like, okay, I got a new update and we're getting a new one, and I would be like, what the fuck, you just made one? And she just she puts so much love and effort into like anything stream related and the whole character. Like, Juniper's amazing, and I think you two are like very, very talented and also like passionate about what you do, and I think that's super fucking cool.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, but okay, well, thank you so much for showing off the model a bit. And wait, did you make the model yourself actually, or?
I started with the Vroid base, but everything other than the Vroid base I made myself. Yes.
Wait, so everything? So what we're looking at now is you made this, or?
So with Vroid, you always get this kind of like very stereotypical anime base.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of go from there. But I use the Vroid base, and then everything aside from that, I built myself, like the dress and the earrings, the syringes, the hair, the textures.
Even the hands.
Building, yeah, the hands. I textured and modeled the hands, and I put them in Unity, and we animated them. So that's not Vroid. So the majority of everything is done by me.
That
Yes.
is super cool. And Sparsco, I know you asked for it, so there's your answer. But yeah, that is so fucking cool, and you're amazing for that. Also, I didn't even realize. I was looking for it now because Mama Vale just mentioned it, but she said that your hands kind of twitch every now and then. That is so cool too. Like, it's exactly how you said. Like every time I look at the model, there's something new that you find, and it's so cool. It's so awesome.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah. Now, yeah, very, very cool stuff. And I mean, you made this model. Would you ever consider becoming a VTuber parent yourself, a VTuber mama? Because I know a handful of people in the community that are VTuber mamas or papas, and I know a handful of people that would die for a model like your own.
Oh man, I've been asked a handful of times, and I'm kind of in between these two modes of thought. One, there's two different kind of, and then in that there's two different lines you can take with creating a 3D model. You can start from Vroid and go from there, and that still takes its own time. And then you can build something from scratch, which is kind of where I'm going next with this model, is building it from the ground up. Something that you see, like Mary's model, is completely from scratch.
Yeah.
But that pipeline takes months sometimes. It's so long and a bit abrasive, and takes time, especially if you're a full-time streamer, which I am. I don't have the time for that. So in that regards, I don't think I will be a VTuber mommy because it just takes too much time. But also, I really don't think that I have the skill set to do that. Like, I wouldn't want to be responsible for anyone's VTuber model because I don't think my skill sets aren't there yet to give that enough to someone that needs it, if that makes sense.
I mean, I see what you're getting at, but I would actually beg to differ. I think your skill set for what you've made right here is like super dope. Like you, again, look, I don't want to like gas up your ego too much here, right? Like, you know, but you do have like one of the most creative and like more detailed Vroid models that I've seen. I mean, I guess the base is not from you, but even then, like from what you've done, you would make extremely cool and really just differing designs. So I think maybe if that's a door that you want to open in the future, that'll be super cool.
I would definitely consider it.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. I'm just trying to coerce you to make a model for me, basically. I'm like, Layna, come on, just do it, please.
Wait, but aren't you a cute little puppy dog? I mean,
Okay,
How does that
that's
work?
beside the point, Layna. That's beside the point. Look,
wait,
I
can
do...
you answer me the question
Wait,
I
what?
had earlier? Listen, when you added me on Discord, the only reason like how I knew it was you is because you posted screenshots of your
Yeah.
conversations before.
Yeah.
Why little shower curtain? What is that?
Okay. Look, I don't know. Okay, it was like I can't even remember where I got the name Little Shower Curtain from. I think I got it from some dude off like Call of Duty, and I saw his name, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty funny. Let's take that." Look, I'm not the most creative guy. Okay, I'm not like you. I can't make a nice model that's super different from everybody. I gotta steal some people's names. And yo, Little Shower Curtain, if you're out there, like the real guy, sucks to be you. Right? I'm sorry. I don't know. Does that quench your thirst, Layna?
I mean, I suppose so, but wouldn't it make logical sense that your name on Discord is Domo? No?
Okay, I made the Discord like 4 years ago. I made Domo like 2 ago, or something
You can
like
edit
that.
your name. You can change your name.
Wait, don't you? You need like Discord Nitro for that, don't you? To like change your name on Discord. That's
Do
like a
you?
whole. That's like a whole $9. No, you
Nitro
don't?
Classic is $4.99, but I don't think you need that. I'm pretty certain. I
Wait,
think
do
you
you
can
actually
just
not?
change it.
Okay,
Yeah.
admittedly, oh, yeah, Niguma, thank you so much. Hi, Noma. Hi, thank you so much for the sub. Okay, admittedly, I kind of like keeping it for that very reason because
There we
it's-
go. There it is.
Okay, fuck you. You just wanted me to say that.
Yeah, the truth. How does the truth
Yeah.
feel? Does it feel good? Now we know.
Okay, it doesn't.
lying
Okay,
to
it's
us.
embarrassing. It's an embarrassing story. It's nice as an icebreaker. Okay, is that the answer you want, Layna?
Yes, thank you. I'm satisfied.
Oh, it is so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to admit. You don't have
It's
to.
okay.
Now you're consoling
me
me.
from you.
I hate this. Can we move on now? Are you happy?
Yes, we can move on.
Okay. Let's go back to you. All right. No more Domo stuff.
Mhm.
Fuck. Okay. Let's reel it back. Okay, so back to you. Back to your whole Vtuber model and everything. All this 3D stuff. The roots of all your creative ventures stem from your 3D modeling and sculpting, correct?
Yes.
So, I mean, there's a lot of questions there. My first is, how did you even get into that? Because that's a very, like, I guess, out there hobby, which you've turned into a job. But it's not something that's easily accessible or something that you can just pick up and be like, hey, I'm just going to do that. So how do you even get started getting into that for yourself, I guess?
Well, how everything started regarding 3D modeling. Have you played Final Fantasy 8?
8, not 8. No, I played 7, 9, 10.
Wow.
I haven't played 8. Actually,
Yikes. Okay.
okay, well, what do you want? Look, there's like 15 Final Fantasies and then like 10 differing iterations. You want me to play all 25 for you?
Yes.
Maybe one of these days where I'll find the time in some other dimension. But okay, anyways, sorry. As you were saying.
Yes. Final Fantasy 8. When I was a kid and I played it, and that intro cutscene cinematic, I looked at it and I said, I don't know what that is or how it's made, but that's what I want to do. I knew in that moment I wanted to be a part of that somehow. So as I got older, there was a camp, an overnight camp in UC Berkeley for 3D character modeling and character design for game. So I did that when I was 14 or 15. And that's how I started learning how to model characters and how engines worked and animating and rigging and texturing. And then after high school, I went to a handful of different colleges, which didn't really teach me much of anything. So very on top of the idea of, teaching yourself or finding a mentor online.
Right.
But then I ran into someone by the name of Hazardous Arts, who's been in the industry for about 15 or 16 years. And he took me under his wing and taught me everything he knows regarding sculpting and 3D and specifically really, really, really hot women. And
Nice.
I've just been having at it ever since.
Damn. Okay, well, I mean, so I guess initially it was pretty spontaneous for you, specifically the camp, which is where you started.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, what kind of references were you looking at to get you where you are now? I mean, you mentioned that you had a mentor who was in the scene for 15 years. Do you have any other mentors or like references that you use to kind of like get the style or to get the skill that you are at now?
No, I actually 100% owe what my style and my skill set is now to Hazardous Arts.
Wow,
He
really?
was the only mentor I've had. Yeah, if you even like take a quick peek on Google and you look at Hazardous Arts like 3D, you can see that I'm definitely like a little tiny birth child of his skill set and style.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so very, very cool. So it's very like a direct inspiration from. Sorry, who was it again? One more time.
Hazardous Arts.
Hazardous Arts.
He's now Has versus RPG. He's quit the 3D scene and he now streams a bunch of RPGs solely on Twitch now. So
Gotcha.
he's my business partner and I has toys.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Now, I mean, effectively, it's all kind of culminated and it's kind of led you to figurine production and dealing with resin prints and stuff, which is what you're doing right now. I mean, again, a lot of questions there, and really mainly for me because I'm just really interested. How do you even do all that? Like, how do you do you own your equipment? Is it manufactured at a third party? Like, where do you even begin to do something like that? Because that's crazy.
So we have our own production team in a different country, and we are responsible for working with the various artists, collabing, doing the sculptures, getting all the box designs done, and how we kind of sort that out on our end. And then they do the production, and everything is hand painted and printed by them. So we kind of have a close form of contact with each other depending on what figurine we're working on, and we kind of just go from there. So we don't do the painting or the printing ourselves. It's a team.
Got you. So you have like a whole, effectively a production line to get through all of this, huh?
Yes.
And I mean, you know, you do printing and stuff and sculpting. I did see you do some work for people like Silvervale and Swimsuit Succubus, I believe. Like how did you even get started with like working with them, or like what kind of work have you been doing with them, I guess, first of all?
So regarding Silvervale, I'm actually not doing any work for her. When I debuted as a VTuber, I wanted to do more 3D work on my stream. So I just kind of wrote down a list of VTubers that I wanted to make fan art of, and Silvervale was one of them.
Right.
And it's just been taking a long time. So she didn't commission me or anything. I just sort of wanted to get sexy sculpt for her.
Yeah. And you've done quite a bit of her too. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I only am able to work on her with the free and extra time that I have, which is why it's been taking so long. But I'm enjoying working on Silver so much. Oh my gosh, she's such a sweetheart, and she's got such a brilliant design. I'm really, really enjoying it, for sure. But
Yeah.
with Susu, Swimsuit Succubus messaged I Has Toys what feels like maybe 4 years ago, maybe more. And she wanted us to produce a figurine of her in one of her outfits, and we said yes, and it's kind of all it took. We just made a sculpt of her, put it in the production line, and then now she has her own figurine.
So, I mean, let's theoretically say I want some Domo figures. It's that simple. I contact I Has Toys, and you get a production line for me, and then I can start handing them out just like that, just in the snap of my fingers.
Well, the reason why it's a bit more complex.
Oh,
and
now
it's
kind of complex, huh? All right.
It does get complex because it's in theory it sounds like it's such a simple thing, but
Right.
the pipeline to make a full hand painted figurine, especially if it's only a run of 1 to 200, takes at least 1.5 to 2 years. It's a really long process.
Holy smokes.
I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize,
Yeah.
especially because the production team that we have are also working on other things. Like they work for Marvel and DC and things like that. So we're a small, like boutique company, and we kind of get fit in there whenever they have extra time.
Yeah.
Plus, the things that we do, we tend to not do. One, we don't do PVC. That's PVC, you're able to have large runs, but that costs a lot more money. And resin is a very kind of, it's less expensive, but it takes longer and is a lot more fragile. And hand painting those things take a really, really long time. So it's easy for me to say, yep, this is the pipeline. But when you actually want to get a figurine done, it's kind of we need to sit down and have a conversation so that people can understand the reality of making a figure.
Of course. Yeah. And again, this is just to appease my own curiosity, but like what's the most difficult part of that pipeline, I guess? Because there's so many moving parts that have to move together at the same pace. Like I imagine it's so difficult planning everything, but what's the most difficult hurdle there?
I think for us, the hurdle that we've struggled with the most is time. I think, there's so many people that want a figurine, and we can do the sculpt in no time at all, but the production time is so long, and it's mostly because of the quality. If we were to go, maybe we go with a different company, maybe they would do it much faster, but the quality is just not the same, which is why we are kind of on top of us saying we do try our best to produce the highest quality figures.
Yeah.
But, doing things like printing resin with translucent skin, it's so much trial and error with those sorts of things. That's something that I do wish was faster. So I think that's time. Time is the struggle when you want to have high quality figures,
Right. Got you. Got you.
if that makes sense.
No, it totally does. And I think that's one of many problems. And I'm sure there's so many other problems that will arise. You know, all these things have to like align perfectly for you to get like a good production run going. So again, as you said, it's extremely like way more difficult than some people think. And I applaud you guys for even like getting into that because that's super, super cool. Now, I guess kind of springing from that, we ascend to I Has Toys, I believe, which is I don't know if it's like the company that you own or that you work for, or I'm not really sure how the logistics work there. Can you explain what that is for those who are unaware?
Yeah, so my partner a long time ago, after I had left Weta Workshop, he's the one that started it.
Gotcha.
He is so just was so inspired by wanting to make his own figures. He started the company I Has Toys, which was a play on his name, Hazardous Arts. And when he started it up and he saw that, I started to stream and I was doing my own 3D art, he asked me to be a co-owner in the business. So that's kind of how I got started. So it's half and half, but it's pretty much his baby.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, together you've kind of made something that's, beautiful. And I guess, yeah, we can go a bit more into that in a bit. But I mean, that's pretty amazing that I guess you both are effectively running your own business alongside. There's so many different elements here. Running, oh my gosh, you're running your own stream career. You do have your own work life, and there's like a Patreon service for a lot of the other skill sets that you do for like 3D modeling and I guess tutorials and stuff. And then you might have commissions on the side. And then maybe aside from all that, you have your own hobbies and stuff. I mean, like Layna, how the fuck do you do it? Like, do you have a particular source of motivation? Where do you even find the time to do all of that?
Oh man, yeah, time is a limited source, that's for sure. I don't know. It's still a little bit of a struggle. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Wow, you didn't tell me you had that all worked up and ready to go.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez,
Yeah,
look at that.
I was supposed to pull that up like way earlier when we were talking about your 3D models, and I was like, oh yeah, I have the scene. So, but yeah, here's some like the demos and stuff of what Layna has done, and Layna like again. Oh, you're a little bit transparent because the green screen. Sorry about that.
No, that's
can
okay.
see-
I like being transparent.
You're like partially ghost right now. But I mean, sorry, going back to that, like your skill set is quite vast. I will say you do a lot of 3D modeling in programs and physically. I mean, here's one where you're doing, for some of the figures and stuff. So again, like, where do you find the time? Where do you find the motivation to like do any of this?
I think motivation is something that I've been asked a lot. So I think it goes in two different directions. One is I have to pay the bills. So that's really important.
Yeah,
Like
that's,
I
that's
don't really
important.
have
Yeah.
I don't quite have the luxury of not being motivated because then I won't be able to, financially support myself. But also for me, 3D is kind of like a love language. I'm able to express myself and things that I feel and my passion through 3D. So I want to continue to do it and continue to push and put time into it so I can further communicate through 3D. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I don't practice. So I guess trying to get better and being better at communicating is a bit of my motivation.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously you're doing a lot of this stuff now, but you've worked with a plethora of companies before. Can you talk about the other companies that you worked with before?
Sure. I have worked for Weta Workshop, Prime One Studios, Kingdom Death, Lab Zero, Connecticut's, and Seven Seas, as well as I did some game work for Grinding Gear Games on Path of Exile. So that was fun. I mostly do, at this point in time, if I do commission work or freelance, it is mostly miniature work for tabletop board games. Because when I worked in game dev, it was quite short, but it's such an intricate and technical aspect of game art that I just didn't really enjoy it all that much.
Right.
But yes, various bits and pieces of different companies here and there.
And I mean, you again, your skill set is very large. So what were you doing with those companies specifically?
So at a workshop, I was hired on to the Power Rangers team. I don't know if you you might not even be interested. The Power Rangers movie live action that came out a few years ago. We were in charge of building the suits in 3D and ensuring that they worked on the actors.
Damn.
So that was fun. It was kind of my first opportunity to work with real actors and make 3D kind of work, and as well with printing and seeing how that pipeline goes from start to finish with practical effects. So that was really fun.
I want to pause you real quick. I mean, I've been watching Power Rangers since I was like in my fucking diapers. So it's like it's so surreal, and like it's almost like meeting your heroes. Like you're meeting someone who worked on one of your shows that you've watched since you were little. It's so fucking awesome to hear that. That is so dope. Sorry,
Aw,
sorry.
that's
Just
really cool.
gassing you up a little bit, but sorry, go on.
No, that was definitely a fun experience. It was quite new for me, especially because that was the time that Power Rangers and Ghost in the Shell were coexisting at the same time. So I got to the only thing I'll like definitely brag about is the fact that I got to see the birth of the live action Ghost in the Shell. That was an experience.
Dude,
It was really
that is
fun.
so cool. Like, Ghost in the Shell, like another series that was like one of the first animes that I've watched, or like one of the critically acclaimed ones, and that's so cool that you were able to see that flourish, or the live action in real time. That is super, super cool. Were you working on that project at all, or?
So I didn't get to work on that project because they didn't want to mix the 3D artists together, since it was like two completely different things. However, I pushed so hard to want to work on the Ghost in the Shell team, and because they said no, I went and I auditioned for featured extra on the film, and I got to be one of the hostesses in the Yakuza Club.
No
and I got
way.
To meet Scarlett Johansson. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
So, okay, Layna, 3D modeler, VTuber mama, streamer, business runner, and actress. How do you do it, Layna? How do you do it? That's actually pretty insane, though. That is so fucking cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely fun. A good memory for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so fucking cool. So, I mean, again, you did work with companies that work alongside Power Rangers, The Hobbit, I believe, and Ghost in the Shell. Or I mean, like, okay, well, that's kind of an aside because you were like a side actress there. But I mean, did you have your own trailer room at all? Did it, for they put up like a golden star on your room, and it says Layna Lazar. You sit in the seat. They do they powder you up and all that.
No, it was a group of me and other guys and girls that were all kind of like, we would come in at like 5 to 6 a.m. and we all get dressed up in our kind of like tech gear, and it was so cool. The Yakuza Club, they had like these big kind of clear dance cubes in the middle, and some of the hostesses got inside there, and I got to be behind Scarlett Johansson in one of the scenes and walk with her and seeing her there, and it all come together and seeing how that production worked.
I think if I was in the same room as Scarlett Johansson, I'd probably pass out. If I'm being honest.
First of all, she's tiny. She's like 5 foot.
What?
She's really short. Yeah, she's tiny.
No, you're lying. Are you kidding?
I'm not. No, she's very small.
I'm Googling this right now. Scarlett Johansson height. Are you fucking serious?
I'm sure she's like 5'1", 5'2", but she's extremely short.
What the hell is 1.6 meters? What? Okay, hold up. I'm Googling this right now. I'm so adamant about finding this. 2 feet. She's 5'2". How? I thought she was like at least 6 or something.
No, I told you. She's very small.
Okay, that threw me off guard.
You're welcome for that fact.
Yeah, jeez.
I was standing next to her so the hostesses had to wear these really tall like stripper heels and really uncomfortable outfits, and she got to be in that orange jumpsuit with boots and really comfortable. And I was standing next to her while we were waiting for the scenes to change. And she looked at me and she stood next to me and she said, if I had to wear those shoes, I would poo poo my pants. That is what she
Just
said.
like that, like word for word.
Yep. Word for word.
That's awesome. And wait, how did you respond?
I said, yep, they're pretty uncomfortable. And that's it. What else do you say? Like,
I mean, what?
oh my God.
I mean, that's, for one, you've accomplished a lot there, because if like 90% of people I know, if Scarlett Johansson said something to them, including myself, I would choke up. I would probably stumble on my words. I would look like a dumbass. So you've already done, you're above and beyond everybody else here. So yeah, I die in the spot. No, me too, honestly. So that is so fucking cool. That's like one of the more interesting stories that I've heard in this show. That is so fucking awesome. And okay,
Definitely
so
a good time.
and sorry, you know what? I'm actually gonna go back to scenes here. While I do that, so you also did you work with? You worked on The Hobbit, or was it just a company that worked on that film, or?
Just the company. Weta did Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So when you go into Weta Workshop, you can see all of like the armor sets and the gear and everything that they worked on. So it's quite a magical place when you look at it. But yeah, definitely they worked on all those things. But by the time I got there, all of that production was done and finished.
Got you. And so, I mean, you know, like I was saying earlier, you do have a lot of belts under your waist, or however the fuck that. How's that? Like Ryan
Hats.
said,
I think it's hats, Domo.
it's what?
I think it's hats. You wear many hats. I've never heard someone say
No,
you
it's
have
like
many belts under your waist.
no, it's
What?
like when you win championships as like a boxer, MMA fighter. It's like you wear a belt on your waist. I think on your waist is like what I'm trying to go for there. You have a lot of. Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm done. I'm done with that bit. So what do you do have a lot of experience working all around. I sound like a fucking idiot now. So you do a lot of stuff like on a smaller, like more personal scale, like for streams, running your business that you do now, but then also working with bigger companies that do movie stuff, like you were saying, Power Rangers and all that. Do you have a preference between working on stuff for yourself or working on bigger scale projects?
That was such a large sigh. I'm so sorry.
Okay, experience under your belt. I think that's what. But see, that doesn't even make sense. All right, sorry. Go on. I'm actually done.
No, I, you know what? You said that when we were talking privately before the stream, and I kind of just let it go. But now I'm
Okay,
noticing
you didn't
that
have to
people
bring
notice
that up. Oh my God, you didn't have to bring that up, Layna. No one knew before this.
Well, now they know. I mean, that's okay. We're just going to help you get on the right track of what it's called. That's okay. I'm helping you for the future so that you no longer interview people and say you have many belts under your waist.
Are you genuinely helping me for the future, or are you just embarrassing me in front of everybody right now? What's the truth here?
You know, it's a little bit of both, because when you're embarrassed, you'll remember and you won't forget, and then you'll do better in the future.
Juniper, I see you in here. You'll help me out here, homie. Help me out.
Oh, Juniper will agree with me. Trust me. We're connected like that, right, Juniper?
Yeah, whatever. Yo, June, we were just talking about you earlier. Very cool that you're here. So we've summoned you. Sorry. Okay, so going back to the original question, do you enjoy working on, I guess, more personal projects, like stuff that's closer to home for you? I guess, you know, physically and emotionally, or do you like bigger scale projects?
No, I definitely like working for myself on smaller scale projects because, I mean, I wouldn't take back my experience because I think it's really important to have knowledge and understanding of what it's like to work not only with other people, but on a team and with companies. But I think through all of the experience with that and understanding what it's like to work with different projects and companies, it kind of puts more into perspective that I do prefer to work with myself and other people that I trust. I think it's just too much red tape when you work with companies, things that you can and can't do, and it gets really stressful and it becomes a lot more corporate. So anyone out there that wants to work for large companies, you have to remember that it's mostly a corporate kind of situation rather than freedom of being an artist. And for me, I think freedom is really important.
Right. So
I prefer to work for myself.
So for you, the biggest plus out of everything is just the creative freedom and being able to work on what you want to work on, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, well there you go. And I guess this one's a little bit of a side note because this one's mainly for me again. As someone who's kind of doing something similar to you, like bouncing between full-time work, my own projects, freelancing, and my own ventures. Are there any particular struggles that you had to face when finding what was comfortable for you, like finding a good balance of, like you said, like corporate work or doing stuff that's, whether that's your business or streaming? Like what was a big hurdle for you trying to find that balance?
I think
Sorry,
the
that's a loaded question.
transition. No, it's all right. I'll try to pick it apart one at a time. I mean, it's a lot easier to answer than the, many belts under the waist.
Okay.
So it's,
Oh
it's
my
not
fucking
that bad.
God.
So one at a time would be, I think the transition, because 3D art was my full-time career choice.
Yeah.
And then wanting to do Twitch full-time was quite different. So I think trying to move over the financials, and being quite comfortable and able to take care of yourself financially. I think that was the trickiest part. So then sort of weaning that off. So when I started doing VTubing, I was still doing commission work and freelance work. And then sort of taking that away from your persona, saying I'm not actually a 3D freelancer anymore. I do Twitch. So that kind of like finding what you feel comfortable with, as well as being able to be financially stable, for me was the biggest hurdle. But now that I'm over it, it's not so bad, and now I get to pick and choose what I want to do 3D wise. I hope does that answer make sense?
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of elements there, but yeah, for sure. I think it's always a challenge working on the projects that you want to work on, but then also making money and making sure that you can eat, at the end of the day. So, I mean, true. Do you have any advice at all for someone who's trying to find that, I guess, middle ground?
Scheduling. I think scheduling and keeping lists is really important. I think that's kind of something I've seen that a lot of people don't do. They just kind of play it by ear, and then they're in this limbo for a really long time. So having long-term goals, what do you want to do in X amount of time? How are you going to get there? And then bi-weekly, what are the things that I need to get done in this order, and how do I want to do them? So that you can slowly progress towards getting that goal. So if your goal in a year's time is to be financially stable by being a streamer, then, what do you need to do to get there, and how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
So always keeping yourself organized, I think, is, for me, the most important.
Yeah, just like being a little more analytical with yourself, I guess. So, yeah. Well, there you go. The answers, I mean, that wasn't even for anybody aside from myself, really, to take away from. So, but hey, you know what? That's a lot for everybody to take from this interview. And I've had you for quite a long time here. So, Layna, thank you. Oh, there she is, yo. The blood. What form is this called? You still don't have a name for it. We got to give you one.
What do you think the name of this form should be?
I'm gonna say.
I mean, you took little shower curtains, so I don't know how much faith I have in you right now.
Oh, I'm gonna give. I'll make this one good. I'm gonna name this one that time of the month.
What? I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you.
What,
I
you don't
knew
like
it.
I think
No,
it's
I hate it. I hate it.
Hey, you know what?
Oh my God.
Look, I tried. I think that's. What do you guys think? No, that's a miss. Okay, you know what? You can't say that I didn't try. All right. That time of the month,
Domo.
like the full moon, like once a month, right? I don't know what you guys were thinking of, but
Can you quickly tell me the origins of your name? I can't say your name. I'm gonna be really honest. Domo ariga, thanks.
hey, you nailed it. That's spot on.
Where did you tell me about that real quick? How did you
It's
come up with
fucking
that?
stupid, okay? Like, fine.
Whoa!
It's.
I didn't say it was stupid. I mean, I just can't pronounce it.
You're
very
implying
well.
it. I can hear it in your voice, Layna.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at the camera right now, dead at center, and say, "It's an interesting name." Don't laugh.
It's an interesting name.
You're lucky. The tracking isn't as superb on Vero Miles because I would be able to whiff that out no problem. I promise you. I heard a bit of a laugh there.
Yeah.
Cute.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was
Yeah,
clear in my
yeah,
throat.
yeah. All right, real cute. Okay. Look, I got it from the whole like Japanglish meme. All right, like the stupid, like don't worry, I got thanks or sorry, masen. And someone had it as a tweet, and I yanked it from them. Okay, again, another stolen username. Look, I'm not the most creative guy. Okay, can you blame me? I have a lot going on in life. All right, Yamato could have stopped. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
that-
Okay, so what I'm getting, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is
Yeah.
that you're
You
kind of an
tread lightly.
entrepreneur
Okay.
and you're doing your best, right, to
Yeah.
continue forward along that path.
Mm.
You're not very good with phrases, but you do your best, and naming is not one of your skill sets.
Look,
is that
this
correct?
is why. Look, I work in marketing. I do the analytics. All right, someone does the creative work for me. So I'm not. This isn't my look. Not everybody can be a actress who has worked alongside Scarlett Johansson and also a 3D modeler who runs their own business printing figurines while they do it on stream. Sorry about that, Layna Lazar. My apologies there. I sincerely apologize.
You're forgiven.
You're forgiven, she says. I've had enough. I've had enough, guys. I'm done with Layna. I'm gonna send you guys off somewhere else. No, I'm kidding. Jokes aside, that's basically it for this interview. Layna, thank you so much for coming on. You've had actually a significantly more interesting story than I even thought that you had initially. So thank you so much for sharing all that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me for the interview. It was really fun. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm glad. It was fun for me, and I hope it was fun for everybody in chat. You guys got to learn a little bit more about Layna. So yeah, there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for everybody who joined today. If I miss any subs or whatever in the middle of that, I apologize. But thank you guys so much. Yeah, let's go into a raid. I pretty much have someone in mind who I want to raid. We're going to raid Pompino. She has been on my Domodachi segment where I interview a bunch of random VTubers. They come on the show. We get to talk to them in like 10, 15-minute intervals. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. Love you, Mama Vale. Yeah, thank you guys for everybody who's joined me today. Yeah, I guess I'll send you off. But before that, Layna, do you have any final words for our chat here?
You guys are fantastic, and please keep showing love and support to Domo because he deserves it. He works very hard.
Well, thank you so much, yo. And Caprice, thank you so much for the 3 gifted subs to, is it Esprite, Claritic, and Cool Nerd? Yo, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm going to send you off to Pompino. So show them some love. And when's my next stream? Oh, I do have someone next week in mind. But as per usual, go follow me on my Twitter. You'll find out there where I'll put out a trailer. I'll put it as my pinned. You know the drill. Guys, thank you so much for joining both of us.
Thank you.
I should activate this right here. But yeah, I will see you guys whenever the fuck I see you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Later, guys. Later, Taro, Kendall, Wash. Yo, D-Man, thank you so much for the last second sub. I appreciate it for the tier 1. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it, yo. Andrew, Bumblebee, Hootie, Nadia. Oh, we don't have a raid message. It's Belt Raid. Let's do that. Belt Raid, guys. Belt Raid with Cocoa Happies or something. Belt Raid, and here, we'll put one of these. Oh, God. If you guys aren't subbed or whatever, feel free to replace the emote with like something else. Maybe one of Layna's emotes, preferably. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me and Layna. And yo, Nixie, Snow, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Later. Oh my goodness, yo, D-Man, thank you so much for the oh my gosh, again, the last minute 5 gifted subs. Very generous of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Very, very generous. Is there a Discord? I don't have a Discord community. I'm sorry. I'm just super fucking lazy. I'm not as hyper productive as Layna. I apologize. But yo, thank you guys so much again. Wash, T-Ponies, Boogie, D-Man again. Thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'll send you guys off. Later.